When you multiply powers with the same base, you add the indices. Okay, what is a base and what are indices? The base is the big number and the index is the little number. 5 to the power of 3 has a base of 5 and an index of 3. Law 1 states that if you have a to the power of 3 and multiply it by a to the power of 2, we will add the indices 3 plus 2 because the bases a's are the same. Why does this work though? A cubed is the same as a times a times a, and a squared is the same as a times a. Multiplying them together, we will therefore have a times a times a times a times a, which will give us a to the power of 5. When you divide powers with the same base, you subtract the indices. A to the power of 4 divided by a to the power of 2 will therefore be a to the power of 4 minus 2, which is 2. To see how this works, we need to remember that a division can be written as a fraction. A to the power of 4 over a to the power of 2. This will give us a times a times a times a over a times a. You can cancel 2 a's from the top and 2 a's from the bottom, giving us a times a, or a to the power of 2. Having never gone to law school, I am unsure whether the next two count as laws, but they're really important for you to remember. Any number to the power of 1 is itself. This can be really helpful when you're working with the other laws. So, a to the power of 4 divided by a. To simplify the expression, it might help to write it as a to the power of 4 divided by a to the power of 1. So now we can use law 2 and subtract the powers to get a to the power of 3. If you take one thing from listening to this, please let it be that anything to the power of 0 is 1. For some reason, examiners love testing this. I imagine they know that many students will still write the answer as 0. When you have a power inside and outside a bracket, multiply the indices. A to the power of 3 can be written as a times a times a. So a to the power of 2 to the power of 3 can be written as a to the power of 2 times a to the power of 2 times a to the power of 2. Using law 1, we'll do 2 plus 2 plus 2, or 2 times 3, which is 6. Law 3 states that we do not need to go through this long process, we can simply multiply the indices together. When the base of a power is a fraction, the numerator and denominator are raised by that power. A over b to the power of 3 is the same as a over b times a over b times a over b. We can multiply the tops and bottoms of the fraction to give us a cubed over b cubed. When an index is negative, find the reciprocal of the power. A squared divided by a to the power of 4 will give us a to the power of minus 2. If we write the expression as a fraction, we can see it also gives us 1 over a squared. If we have a fraction to the power of a negative, we can make the power positive by flipping the fraction. 2 over 3 to the power of minus 2 will become 3 over 2 to the power of 2. We can then use law 3 to square the top and the bottom to give us 9 over 4. All the laws we have discussed can work alongside coefficients, such as the 3 in 3a. If we have powers in a fraction, make sure you simplify the numerator and denominator first before dealing with the division. If we have a coefficient inside a bracket, don't forget that the coefficient must always be raised to the power outside the bracket. If we have a bracket full of lots of variables, I personally go from left to right, dealing with them one at a time. When coding the questions for this site, I was left frustrated because there was a nice power function, but no rooting function to make the questions with. Ironically, I was making questions for this very topic, and I realised you can work out roots with powers. To find a square root of a number, you can do that number to the power of a half. Try it now with your calculator. 64 to the power of a half is 8. 121 to the power of 0.5 is 11. How cool is that? This can also work with any root. 8 to the power of a third is the same as cube root of 8, which is 2. We can mix this law with the others, and you can find 64 to the power of minus 2 over 3. The negative will mean that we'll have a fraction with 1 at the top. The 3 will mean we'll do the cube root of 64. Then the 2 will mean we'll also square it. This will give us the answer of 1 over 16.